In 2007, the Federal Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, found that the average adult consumed 200 milligrams of caffeine per day, which is equivalent to 4 cans of coffee soda. Caffeine affects the human body no matter what your age. Therefore, we all need to be aware of how we can control the caffeine that we intake in our body and how much is too much. As a busy college student, my workload is very demanding, and I find that I could use a boost of caffeine throughout the day. So I know through personal experience what caffeine does to a person. Caffeine is a substance that can be found in a variety of different drinks, and it has a positive and negative effect on the body. And if consumed at the correct level, it can be used to obey God. Throughout the next minutes that follow, I will define the stimulant known as caffeine and identify a few different places that you can find caffeine in your everyday lives. Then I will discuss the effects that caffeine has on the human body, and to close, I will discuss the different statistics found about daily healthy use of caffeine and how it can be used to glorify God's kingdom. Now, let's talk about caffeine. Caffeine has been found to occur naturally in the leaves, seeds, and fruits of more than 60 different species, including coffee, tea, cocoa, and cola, and is therefore present in all the beverages that are made out of those things. Coffee and tea are the primary sources of caffeine in the diet of the U.S. population. Caffeine could also be added to some drinks, especially to those drinks called energy drinks, which are marked to have a stimulant effect on the body. Not only do some of the drinks Americans consume naturally contain caffeine, however, increasingly there are drinks that have added stimulant, which makes caffeine more readily available to U.S. consumers. The number of products with added caffeine, such as caffeine-containing energy drinks and confectionaries, has increased since 1958. More recently, reports suggesting significant numbers of individuals in the U.S. population commonly consume 400 milligrams per day of a healthy adult. Now let's see all the effects that caffeine can have on the body. The caffeine can have a positive and negative effect primarily on the central nervous system. Experimental information has been revealed that the exposure to caffeine may, under certain conditions, also be associated with effects like anxiety, tension, disturbed sleep, irritability, withdrawal, headaches, and neurofunctional effects in the developing organisms. However, research has shown that caffeine can also have positive effects on the body. Studies have found that the consumption of any amount of caffeine can equivalent to 2 cups of average cup of coffee can improve alertness and enhance concentration. A recent study has also been found from a group of women that confirmed that during drinking coffee, which about 200 milliliters daily, reduces 10% the chance of a person developing kidney stones. Let's look at my final point, how we can use this God-given substance to glorify God. The amount of caffeine that is consumed at a healthy rate can depend on the person personally, like one's age and their sensitivity to caffeine. Scientific and psychological effects on the of caffeine have led to the conclusion that the moderate rate intake is accepted to be 300 to 400 milligrams a day, which is 4 or 5 cups of average strength coffee a day. So, with the right amount, you can glorify God. 1 Corinthians 16:13-14 says, "Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, and do everything with love." When we are alert and ready, we can visually watch for the devil's deception and keep our eyes focused on God and what's right. Now I will conclude. As shown by the information above, caffeine in the United States, can be found in many beverages. All of these things that contain caffeine can affect our bodies. So instead of consuming caffeine, we should monitor how we drink caffeine and our how much intake is enough for our body. Then, by not harming ourselves but bringing ourselves up, we can glorify God's kingdom and have the energy to do His will for our lives and obey Him. Thank you.